Hi everyone, my name is Patrick, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to create comics fast and easy without having any kind of art skill or any art background whatsoever. We're going to be using a freeware flash program called Comic Can. The first thing that we're going to do is go to comiccan.com, and when we get there, look at the top. At the far right there's a tab called Play CH. Click that and it'll take you to a page where you can play Comic Can. You can play it online before you download it, but we're going to download it now. So right click your mouse on the download button and save as download. Okay, since I already have Comic Can downloaded, we're going to close up this window and open up Comic Can. Once you open up Comic Can, you'll see 5 panels. This panel to the bottom right, it says back. It's talking about this white background right here, and under that it says a hide all button eyeball. This is for when you are finished with your comic and you want to hide the interface. And the one to the left, this panel to the left, is for characters when you want to add more characters, and above that is the speech panel when you want to add dialogue, and beside of that is the object panel when you want to add objects, and to your right is the panel when you want to add backgrounds to your comics. Okay, let's start by adding a background first. Right here you'll see a button that says view. Under that will be an eyeball. Just click the eyeball and the background will appear. If you look up above that, you'll notice a backgrounds frame 1. That's talking about this background right here. But if you click this next button, it'll go to the next background. This background you can't see, but if you press view, you can see it. Since we're not going to use background 2, we're going to go back up here to view eyeball, and we're going to click it again to make background 2 disappear, and then we're going to go back down here to next and click the back arrow to make it go back to the first background. Now that we're on the first background, there's a few things I need to tell you about backgrounds. On each background you'll see that there's 4 arrows. The top arrows, the top 2 arrows are for changing the border around the background, as you can see, and the bottom 2 arrows are to actually change the background to whatever you want it. And this bar right here that says drag, you can just press down on your mouse and drag the background anywhere you want on screen. Now let's go back up here to the background panel, and if you notice there's a plus symbol and a minus symbol, and if you click the plus symbol, the background will grow larger, and if you click the minus symbol, the background will go smaller. And let's go ahead and pick our backgrounds. You may have noticed these little red X's around each part of the interface. If you click those red X's, that part of the interface will disappear, but the easiest way to do it is to hide all the interface at once. So we're going to get back to that, but right now let's just continue the tutorial. Whenever you create something in Comic Can and you don't want to see it, but you don't want to delete it and start over, right? So you can make it transparent by going up here to this to the panel, whichever panel you're working on. All of the panels have a transparency button, this red circle with a slash through it. All you got to do is click it and the object will go transparent, and if you click it again it'll be visible, so we can bring it back anytime that we want. Okay, now that we have our backgrounds all picked out, we're going to move on to objects. Objects come in 3 types: mundane objects, special effects, and characters. Since we're not going to use an object in this comic page that I'm creating, we're going to move on to actual characters. Okay, when creating a character in Comic Can, all you have to do is go down here to the character panel and the view eyeball. Just click it, and the character 0 will appear. And you can go down here to flip character. You can flip the character to any direction that you want, and the next arrows work the same way as the background arrows. They can cycle to another character if you want to put more characters on screen. And above that, you have the plus and minus to make the character larger and smaller. And above that, you'll see some arrows that look like navigational arrows, and that's exactly what they are. You can control the character from the panel instead of dragging the character all around the screen. So you see, you can pull them up and down, and you can even rotate them. And you can do this with objects too. And there's also a female character that you can choose from, but we're going to choose the male character right now. In both the male and female character, there are two types of poses: action poses and casual poses. We're going to use an action pose. This arrow right here at the very bottom is used to switch between the two, and these two arrows are used to cycle between the poses. And these two arrows right here in the middle are used to change the clothing and the outfit of the character. And these two arrows at the top are used to cycle between anything that's behind the character, like capes and tails. And this icon symbol right here, it's a smiley face. What it does is actually change the head, and you can choose between a few different heads. And these arrows that are around the character's head, they're used to actually change the customization options that you have with the head. In some of the heads, you can change the hairstyle, the hair color, and you can add masks, you can add glasses, and you can even change the facial expressions. So let's go ahead and create our hero for the comic we're creating right now. So let's make our hero a werewolf zombie slayer. So the first thing we need to do is pick the costume that we want, and once we're done doing that, we're gonna go ahead and pick the head that we want. And now let's go ahead and put the background in place and the character in place. So now that we have everything in place and perfect, just the way we want it, we're missing just one little thing though, and that's dialogue. So let's go up here to the speech panel and click the view eyeball to make speech box 1 appear, and put in some dialogue for our character. Now that we have the dialogue the way we want it, we're going to completely get rid of the interface. So let's go down here to the lower right panel where it says hide all. There's an eyeball. It's a button. All you have to do is click it once and the entire interface will disappear, but you can see the eyeball still. It's transparent. It has a red X beside of it. What that means is it's ready to be finished. All you have to do is click the red X and the eyeball will disappear. If you click the eyeball again, the interface will reappear. So now our comic is completely finished. Now all we have to do is use a screen capturing tool to capture the image, and then use a Photoshop type of program to crop the excess image that we don't want, and you're completely finished.